The old, wooden chest in the dusty corner of the attic always held a peculiar fascination for Eleanor Vance, a woman of 28. It wasn't just its age, the way the dark wood was scarred with time and forgotten stories. It was the faint, almost imperceptible whisper it seemed to emit, a quiet invitation to a past that wasn't hers. Her grandmother, Margaret Vance, a spry 72-year-old with eyes that still sparkled with mischief, had told her it belonged to a distant, eccentric aunt, a woman named Beatrice, who had vanished without a trace in the 1950s. Full of old trinkets and nonsense, my dear, Margaret would say, waving a dismissive hand, but there was always a glint of something unsaid in her gaze. Eleanor had finally decided to tackle the attic. The summer heat was oppressive, even under the eaves, but a restless energy had settled over her, a need to sort, to organize, to discover. She pushed aside old trunks filled with moth-eaten clothes, stacks of yellowed newspapers, and forgotten furniture. The chest remained, patiently waiting. Its lid, a heavy slab of polished oak, resisted at first, groaning in protest before finally creaking open. A cloud of ancient dust, thick with the scent of cedar and thyme, billowed out. Inside, nestled among layers of brittle lace and crumbling velvet, Eleanor found an assortment of forgotten treasures. A tarnished silver locket, a collection of intricately carved wooden birds, a dried corsage, and then, beneath it all, a small, leather-bound book. It was a diary. Its cover was a deep forest green, embossed with a swirling, almost mystical pattern. No lock, no clasp, just a simple ribbon tie that had long since unraveled. Her fingers trembled slightly as she picked it up. The leather felt impossibly soft, worn smooth by countless touches. She untied the fragile ribbon and opened the book. The first page, crisp and white, held a single, elegant inscription in fading ink. Not a date, not a conventional title. Just a name, her name, Eleanor. A cold shiver, despite the oppressive heat, traced a path down her spine. Eleanor. But this diary looked ancient, easily predating her own birth by decades. Her full name, spelled exactly as hers, staring back at her from a book written in a time before her parents had even met. It was a dizzying, disorienting sensation, like staring into a mirror that reflected a future that had already happened. Her mind raced, desperately searching for a rational explanation. A coincidence, a common name, but her name wasn't that common, and the elegant, slightly archaic script felt intimately connected to the old house, to the whispers of its past. She flipped through the first few pages, her eyes scanning the faded cursive. The dates confirmed her unsettling suspicion. The first entry was dated October 12, 1927. She had been born in 1996. The diary was written nearly 70 years before her arrival. The entries weren't about grand events or historical happenings.